Hey everyone, this is Daniel from PhoneArena with a video comparison between the Nokia Lumia 920 and the HTC 8X Windows Phone. To herald the arrival of Windows Phone 8, HTC has been developing the Windows Phone 8X with the help of Microsoft for a year, and Nokia came out with the unique Lumia 920 flagship. Both handsets are the company's first Windows phones with dual-core processors and HD screens, and both offer jolly and colorful shells. Nokia, however, loaded a lot of the wow factors it has been bringing the lap with the Lumia 920, like optical image stabilization, throwing the compact design paradigm out of the window. HTC followed with the thin and light mantra of modern smartphones to the letter with the 8X, yet added a few smaller extras like a wide-angle front camera. So let's see which approach turns out better. The HTC 8X is much slimmer and lighter than the Lumia 920. Making it more comfortable to carry around. It has a unibody design too with soft touch shell, aiding your grip further. The Lumia 920's polycarbonate unibody feels quite chunky, but is ergonomic to handle due to the tapered sides here, and feels extremely solid. The buttons on the right and the camera plate are made of durable zirconium and are very well situated with great tactile feedback. HTC 8X, on the other hand, has the lock power key at the top here. So I have to stretch your finger each time to reach it, which on a larger handset is annoying. On top of that, the button is so small and flush with the surface, so you have to fiddle with it quite a bit or look down each time. The same goes for the volume rocker here on the right. Too thin and flush with the sides, plus a very shallow feedback. There is a 4.5-inch 768 by 1280 pixels LCD screen with Nokia's clear black filter on the Lumia 920 and a 4.3-inch diagonally 720 by 1280 pixels display on the HTC 8X. Thus the Super LCD 2 screen HTC utilizes offers a bit higher pixel density, 342 versus 332 ppi, which of course can't really be perceived from a normal viewing distance. Colors are slightly more saturated on the Lumia 920, and the clear black filter, which aids outdoor visibility, makes the screen look a tad dimmer than the HTC 8X, despite the comparable high brightness levels. Viewing angles are very good on both handsets. Lumia 920 has the advantage to use a super sensitive touch layer made by Synaptics, which allows you to answer a call or start an app with gloves on, which can be very handy at times, as you can see. The phones come with Windows Phone 8 loaded, and each manufacturer has tried to differentiate it a bit from the uniform tiled interface. HTC provides its own hub that you can personalize to display info like weather, stocks, news, sports, and so on. Whatever you prefer, basically. HTC also loads a few utility apps of its own, like the connection setup, converter, and a flashlight. And we also get the Photo Enhancer app, which applies to your photos the color effects we know and love from HTC's Android phones. Nokia strikes back with the Creative Studio app, which however offers less effects. But it also supplies other exclusive photography apps like Cinemagraph and Photo Beamer. Its main differentiating functionality in the Windows Phone 8 ecosystem, however, is Nokia Drive, the offline voice-guided navigation solution against which HTC doesn't have much to offer for now. Both handsets are powered by 1.5 GHz dual-core Snapdragon S4 processors and sport 1 GB of RAM. There are no performance issues while speeding through the interface or running apps and games with the silicon. The unibody chassis of the HTC 8X and the Lumia 920 means you can't really expand the memory via microSD card, so you'd have to make do with the internal memory that the manufacturer supplied. Unfortunately, this is 16 gigabytes in the case of HTC and double that in the Lumia 920. So you'd have to ration accordingly if you pick the HTC 8X Windows Phone. The identical browsers perform well without any noticeable lag or stuttering while panning, zooming or scrolling around. They sometimes have issues with ill-coded pages though, and we had problems filling in forms and popping up the calendar on a travel website with a lot of JavaScript, for instance, which worked on Android or iOS. The phones support LTE and 42.2 megabits per second HSP plus baseband radios, as well as Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, assisted GPS, DONA and NFC. The HTC 8X, however, has a pentaband radio inside, supporting T-Mobile's 1700 MHz band. The gallery, music and video players are the same and perform as advertised, with the typical Windows Phone interface that fast forwards the track by holding the arrow keys. Like that, instead of using a slider. The phones also support DivX XVD videos up to 1080 definitions with no problems. HTC advertises a dedicated sound amplifier for its loudspeakers on the back. Which indeed adds a bit of strength to the sound, but the Lumia 920 stereo speakers at the bottom are still pumping out much louder sound with more amplitude. The handsets sport 8 megapixel cameras on the back, but the Lumia 920 has optical image stabilization inside and a pulse-style dual LED flash. HTC 8X introduces wide-angle lens front camera, which fits up to 4 people in the frame during video chat. The interfaces are quite similar as can be expected from Windows Phone 8 devices, allowing you to adjust things like exposure, sharpness or saturation, to which Nokia throws a couple of helpful scene modes, like close-up or night shots. Pictures from the Lumia 920 sport high contrast, and the bland-looking photos from the HTC 8X and slightly more detail. Nokia's phone doesn't always get the white balance correct and overexposes bright spots, but the 8X fares much worse, making the clouds look purple, for example, and overall its photos look more processed than the softer snaps from the Lumia. In low light scenarios, the Lumia 920 wins hands down, with brighter and sharper shots, less noise and less halo around light sources as well. The video situation is also widely in favor of the Lumia, with crisp and steady footage, accompanied by excellent sound recorded with the 3 high-amplitude microphones on Nokia's phone. There's no denying the compact and feathery nature of the HTC 8X in comparison with the chubby Lumia 920. If you can't carry around a hefty device, you'd likely prefer the 8X as your Windows Phone 8 flagship. It is indeed a very slim and capable device with top-notch design, offering wide-angle front camera and pentaband radio. The Lumia 920, however, offers so many unique features, such as the optical image stabilization for shake-free videos with excellent sound quality, super sensitive touchscreen, and the free offline voice-guided navigation. That about the only thing the HTC 8X has against it is the more compact design. Not to mention the Lumia 920 sports double the internal memory of HTC's phone at similar or lower pricing. This was a video comparison between the Nokia Lumia 920 and the HTC 8X Windows Phone from PhoneArena. For more information about these and other handsets, you can visit us at PhoneArena.com. Thanks for watching.